And I said to Dad at the time, I was like, what's it betting we'll get some high winds? Good afternoon everyone, how you doing? I hope you've all had a very nice Christmas and a very good New Year. We had an okay Christmas and New Year, but Mum and Dad have been very ill with like this flu-y cold that's been going around. I had a little bit of a cold, but it didn't affect us too bad. So it was a bit of a quiet one for us, and I've just been going around doing all the jobs really because Dad's been rough. Hope I have a good 2025. Speaking of a good 2025, you know what this is? This is what's known as Sod's Law or bloody typical. We had some branches over there fall down and some over there fall down in some high winds. We had spring last year, and then obviously this was wheat, so we couldn't get to it, and then we had some more blow down in October, so we tidied up all this line with cut all the broken bits off, and then we just had a fire here. I said to Dad, what's the betting we'll have some more branches come down? There, that's it there. So it's meant to be, could be either very wet or very snowy on Sunday. It's Friday now, and then all of next week looks really cold, like -4s, -5s, -6. So if this is hard and frosty, we'll probably come back with a forklift and chop that off and yeah, heap it up. But I'm currently just down at the other farm with the buggy because I want to have a look at some of the countryside stewardship plots and SFI plots to see how they're doing during the winter. I like to take pictures of them in different stages, because then if you get an inspection and it doesn't look right, you can show what you've done all the way along. Just while I had nothing to do today, I thought I may as well have a bit run out. This was, I'll put it corrected on the screen, if it's either AB9 or AB10. I think it's AB9 unharvested cereals. So this was like spring barley that was drilled late April, and it obviously grew, came to the head, and then the idea is just to leave it so it offers like food for birds during the winter. So you can see, I mean, it doesn't look the thickest and tallest, but they don't want it thick and tall. They wanted it drilled at about 100 plants per square metre, which is like a quarter of what we drill spring barley at normally for harvesting. We normally drill it at about 400 seeds a square metre. So they wanted it thin, so it allows other stuff to grow in between it, and there's enough there to like feed the birds. But as you can see, it's all like being eaten off or whatever. You know, it's done its job. Yeah, so 2025. It's quite wet on the 1st of January, but nice weather now. Get some of this wet and cold weather out of the way, and then I think we'll be dressing and cleaning some of the seed we've kept back at the yard, which is if you look back a few videos there, I put a video of us putting corn from the trailer into the bins, which it's some spring oats and spring barley. We're going to dress that and clean it and dress it, and then use that for seed drilling. So I want that done end of January, start of February, because then we'll start getting things ready for lambing in about the middle of February. We don't start till like the 1st of March, but we'll like to get things ready in case you get a couple of early ones popping out. So this is the winter barley, and yeah, it looks tremendous as well. It's the only field of winter barley we've got this year, because we're going to drop winter barley, so we had enough seed to drill a field from like over year seed. So we thought we'll just drill it, you know, it does what it does, and then we'll drop winter barley, because I haven't been very happy with how the last sort of couple of years of winter barley, we haven't been very happy how it's done. So drilled it and thought it'd be the same as normal, but It looks fantastic, really. It looks really thick as well. So this time of year on this land here, this would normally, we thought it would go yellow because it's heavy and wet down here. And we fixed all the drains down the bottom. The drains are working fine. It's just, again, the type of land it is, but yeah, it speaks for itself. Yeah, so we're changing the crop rotation of the farm. So instead of it being a 6-year rotation, which was winter barley, winter oilseed rape, winter wheat, beans, winter wheat, spring barley, then back to winter barley, we're going to be doing winter wheat, beans, winter wheat, spring barley, spring oats, and then into winter wheat, because we want to, I think the oilseed rape's just too risky to grow, especially if we get these bad years. You put a lot into it in the back end, and if you get a horrible back end, you just lose a lot of money. And the winter barley we only really grew so we could get oilseed rape drilled early, and if we're dropping that, and I'm not very impressed with winter barley, may as well drop it. So it's just about trying to de-risk the farm. It's a pity because oilseed rape does really well on the Missouri drill, but it's just this weather, these weather patterns, we just can't afford to do what we did last year, which was drill oilseed rape, which went in all right, and then we put pre-emergent spray on it, and then obviously it had fertilizer down with the drill when we drilled the oilseed rape, for it just to fail. So yeah, pity. But and there's a cabbage stem flea beetle as well, which I'm up in Northumberland, and it hasn't been a major issue, but up until like the last couple of years. And the numbers will have gone down because there's not a lot of people growing it, and a lot of it failed last year. But we were speaking to an agronomist, and he thinks the number of flea beetle will just come back up again. So to me, there's no point in trying. Good morning, everyone. How you doing? As you can see, it's been quite snowy. Better get the car cleaned off and get home, feed some sheep. The lambs are such a bloody pain because they try to get their heads in the feeder before you put the bale down, and then they're trying to get their heads stuck, so that's why we try and shoo them off. No, it's fine. Yeah, so there's been quite covered of snow, and when we went past the silage feeder before, the sheep were kind of standing around it because it's empty at the minute, so we'll get back to the farm and we'll bring them a silage bale out so it keeps them happy. So I brought some silage down in bags for the tups. Come on. Oh, tups. Got you some silage. I would say it's just about nearly rain now, but the snow might last a little bit today, so we better get a bale out. Like a bale trailer we made. It was an old sprayer trailer for the bike, but we converted it into a bale trailer because the spraying bit was getting hard up, so it's handy for when it's snowy or wet in the grass field to take the silage out to the sheep. I know what's coming. Right, so I'm in the back of the buggy and just going to chuck some silage out for the ewes, because there's only 30 in here, so they don't need a bale. It'll just keep them happy. I think we'll make that do for this video, so thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.